Yeah, so here is the cake time.
Where were we going?
To their car. We're going to car ride. Ada sa sakyanan? Yeah, so Alvin and Vivian just bought this car, which is Sportivo.
It's a 2014. It was owned by a lawyer.
Did you buy this privately? You bought it from a private person or from a dealer?
There was an intermediary, but it was a lawyer that owned it.
Oh, it's nice.
What?
This is bigger inside than ours.
Oh. Let me open the hood and I'll show you why I was excited about the vehicle. One thing, I thought a lawyer would take pretty good care of things, and in this case the guy had all of the there we go, had all the maintenance done at the dealer, and I said, man, that is one clean engine.
What we found with Ford is that's the recommended treatment that you should do when you have the car serviced. So we have the engine cleaned. It costs 150 pesos. It's silly. But this still looks like an engine.
Yeah, it's 2014.
We don't have an engine in ours.
Oh, it's
We don't have it. It's not an engine. This is an engine where you can see the block
and the spark plugs.
Yeah, and there's probably something that looks like a carburetor there, but we don't have that. We just have.
It's completely covered.
We just have buckets of machinery that's been put in there. It doesn't look like an engine.
Oh yeah.
I mean, if I opened it, if the truck didn't start, it would be totally pointless me opening it. What would I do? I would go,
yeah, there it is.
Yes. I mean, it's even difficult just to check the oil.
Yeah. Well, they complain, if you look at the reviews, they complain about it being basic, but you know what? Basic's good in the Philippines.
You can actually see fan belts there.
The parts are all online. I've got I've just replaced the sun shield kind of thing up there, and the thing was, dropping down.
Oh, the visor.
Yeah, the visor. It's all online. The parts are all on the Zana.
Yeah, it's really nice and huge.
Is this four-wheel drive?
No.
And huge, and at the same time, it's in the back also.
Where we live.
Wow.
That's the first
That's the first
And
question.
it's still
I bet
very
it
nice.
is. And it's got a back row. I think.
So that whole thing will come. Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
you can throw the kids back there.
Right. Throwing being the opposite word.
Now this is broke, but I don't care if I have motors back here. I'll don't care about
What's
any
that
of
supposed to be for? This?
TVs.
Oh, really?
okay.
Is it working?
I got enough
No,
for that.
okay.
I've got the warranty book, but I don't have the manual.
Oh.
So
Oh, you could get that online though, couldn't you?
probably,
Sure.
yeah. I've been looking for it, but you know, for the first week I owned this, I didn't know how to turn off the stereo because there's no on and off. You got mute, and then I discovered if you're long on mute, it'll shut off. And this was like 2014. If you flip the front of the radio down, you could take the radio out. That was a security measure they put in back then.
Right.
And that radio can only work in this car. It's kind of a useless feature now. But,
Yeah, it's very good.
and then it's got a nice little area for you know, luggage and stuff like that. Now I've got the little windshield wiper blade replacement coming from Lazada.
You've still got a fair bit of
Little
space in
grocery,
there, haven't you?
little grocery room. You know, you can fold the seats in the back up. Yeah. And I've put new wheels on.
Yeah, and you have a lot of plants here. Look at that. All plants that makes really beautiful and at the same time it's really arranged.
Put tires on it. I don't mind putting new batteries in, you know.
No, when you
nine
get-
plate. That's not what I have.
This is a very nice plants here.
When you get the car up first, anything that you spend on it, then it's all part of the price of the car.
Yes.
But if you leave it for even 3 or 4 months, it's a bill.
Oh,
No.
yeah.
A battery? No.
What?
Well, it looks really nice.
Yeah.
But
It looks-
aircon's cold, and the mileage is just incredible. That's like 17 kilometers a liter. It's a diesel. Yeah, of course, they're not fast, but
I thought that ours was incredible. We've done 15 in ours.
well, I read this on internet, so I can't tell you what I'm getting. But I know I went to a normal fill up of my multi-cab with premium is 1,000 peso for half tank, and then for here it was down to nothing. You know, usually in the U.S. when you get a car, they top it off the first time for you.
Yeah.
This thing was like, I'm not sure I'm going to make it to the station.
Right.
But it was 1,600 peso, and 3 trips to Tag Balearin,
Wow.
and it's still like a quarter of a tank. I go, wow. It's a half a tank on my multi-cab.
Yeah, they're not. Little multi-cabs, they're not great on gas, are they?
No. So,
For hours. Trying to think about what we spent for the Raptor. And I said, well, you're going to fill the tank up. And they hummed and hard on that. And then finally, I think they came back and they put 1,000 pesos in something.
come on.
But when we bought a cement mixer, we went to the place, cement mixer didn't come with a motor, so you get a motor, the motor was, I don't know, 750 or something. And the bill was 46,000 pesos, right? So we needed a little U-shaped bolt, right, with the two threaded ends, to hold it on so we could tow it home. So could you 80 pesos? I said, we just spent 46,000.
46,000.
No, I can't. I said, can't you give us that? No, I can't. But that's because they don't have the authority to do that.
No.
You know, it's not like their fault. You got to stay away from the complaining. See that they can't even do that. They don't have their employees. They don't have the authority to do that.
Yeah. They don't have the authority to say yes. Even on 80 peso.
Because because what might happen is that they would give that away and money came to inventory and they were one short. What did you do with it? They might be accused.
Well, it's a good thing, but sometimes incredible that Vivian will argue over 5 peso on something. And I go, oh, 15 peso or 20 peso for that thing to be delivered. Come on,
Yeah.
let's just kick it up.
Yeah, I have to admit that I tend, because of what I've learned from Beth about the giving, think of it. And if I call, when I'm in Tagbilaran, I need to get, I usually end up with that walk between the mechanic and Taliban, right? Because it's so short, but in this case it's longer. And I'll stop a tricycle in the old days when they were allowed to carry people instead of one. And the guy would turn around and take me.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not going to pay him. So, you know, it just seems that it's so tight.
Oh yeah.
20 pesos for me.
I never pay him the 30 peso. Give him 50 peso and say,
And think of
Salamat dong, you can go.
And when I look at some of the things that we buy, when I look at how much they're charging for it, and my first reaction, because I'm now operating in pesos here, I think, what? 6,000 pesos for that? And then I think, what would I want to make that?
Yeah.
And then you arrive at
Oh yeah.
Is that the motorcycle that you're using, Alvin, that time?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he just have accident a few months ago.
My brother-in-law straightened this out. I've got a replacement, and he straightened that out. But the only cosmetic thing is here. The little plastic lenses I've looked for a year and couldn't get them anywhere. So I've got replacement ones. I'm just going to replace them.
So you can replace that entire unit.
Yeah, not with what is
not with-
there, but
yeah.
something different. You know, right now the big thrust is, and then this was, you can see, this I've got 2 new ones of these ready to be put in, but I've got a set of these. I'll replace the lights, and maybe I'll put the lights in back here. But that's what saved me from a lot of damage, this right here, because it kept the motorcycle up.
Do you know that they actually have a video on YouTube on how to lift one of these up when it's dropped?
210 kilos. And this is a small one.
Yeah. You know that a wheel on our truck, now the Raptor, weighs about 80 pounds.
Wow.
That's the wheel. It's just massive. And you have to, somebody wires me up on how to do it, but this is the outside, and the outside sits down, and then underneath comes a little bracket that will lift it back up into its place.
Oh wow.
Right? But you have to be able to make that thing go, instead of being like this. This is how it lifts it up. But to get it out so that you can get the wheel off, you have to get the thing to go like that.
Wow.
Through the little hole in the center.
I need to go in the shadow. It's very hot.
Awan, may bunga ang
My brother-in-law straightened out the shifter and that, because that's not slick. That. My helmet's got a nice big scratch on it. It did its job.
Well, I recommend you jump.
Oh, wow. Well, I I may get one that's easier for wearing glasses. Because now I have to take the glasses off, put the helmet on, stick the glasses in.
And vice versa, I guess. Yeah, well, that's very nice. How long did it take you to find that?
Not long. We actually, it was one of the first things I looked at. Reasons I got it is because, frankly, it was a lawyer. All the updates had been done at the factory, and the engine was nice and clean in there. So I said, as long as the engine. Well, here's what helped. The pastor up in Tagbilaran had a friend who owns one, and he drove it.
Oh,
And he said, "Oh, there's nothing wrong here." And then the next day, while I went for the money to come from the U.S., the pastor took a mechanic back. The mechanic looked it
and
over.
they looked at it. So you've got access to that kind of thing. We don't have access to that. We don't have access to that kind of input where we are. You know, mechanics, and we've got one mechanic. We tried the other one, and that didn't work out so well. So we come back to the one, and he's not the kind. He's the kind of guy that will get me going again.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
So,
Well, I've got some work to do on the multi-cab. I've got lots of rust faces, and the emergency brake.
Yes, look at their plans. Very beautiful. Yeah.
I took it up to Tagbilaran, and that other guy fixed the brakes.
he broke something else.
But he didn't have the part for the